Hi everyone, hope you're all having a beautiful day, whatever you're doing. I got 5 minutes peace, which is a rarity around here, so I thought I'd do a card reading. I'm only starting off with one card today, so I'll just ding the bell, we'll get straight into it. Right then, so the card I pulled was Wheel of Fortune, and what I was getting before I pulled any more, there's a big change coming, and I don't just mean for whoever's watching this, but I mean in general, I think what I'm getting off this card is I'm just getting comfy, hang on. Yeah, so a big ending of a cycle. But this is a cycle that I feel that we're all going through, on the planet at the moment. I know things have been chaotic, all over the place these past few months especially. Well, I'll even say the past few years. I feel with this card it's the breaking down of the old cycle and entering a new one. Now, questions to ask yourself on this one is what I was getting is, do you feel ready for this next cycle? As in, are you digging your feet in and hoping that everything's just going to stay the same, in a safe little bubble, something that you're used to? And, depending how long you've been around, so to say, it's going to be different for everyone. But, some people are stuck in their ways. It's not going to be easy for them to maneuver the way through it, the changes. Other people are up for it, they're like, yeah, bring it on. I'm sick to death of this energy, what we've been dealing with as collective, structures, governments, stuff that isn't working, basically, old thought patterns. So, as I say, some people are like, bring it on. Other people are like, oh, I don't really. However, what we're moving through, I feel, is a complete realignment of things. So, questions to ask yourself. Well, sort of questions that are, might be worth asking. Am I ready for changes that may occur in my life? Do I need to develop more flexibility in my outlook? Have I been keeping to my safe lifestyle for too long? Is this making me old-fashioned in my outlook? And do I need to move with the times? Right, so they're just a few questions to ask, as we're going through this. What is it that you can change? That you feel like changing. For instance, it could be decluttering your house. Yeah. It could be having a look at things that you've outgrown in general. So it could be foods that you're eating. It could be thought patterns that you've had. It could be people in your life or places in your life, that don't resonate anymore. It could be healthier lifestyles. It could be anything really, that you value. What sort of... I'm sorry, just move that over. Are you stuck in your old ways of thinking, your old thought patterns? Now, there's no judgment here, at all. Each person's on their own journey, so it's not a judgment. It's just questions to ask yourself with these new energies. The other thing I'm getting is the only thing in life that's certain is change. You know, just looking at your own life, you know, how many changes come about throughout your life. Right, so I don't really know what I'm going to pull. I'm just going to be drawn to whatever today. So I'm going to pull, what am I feeling? Energy cards. So we'll have a couple of these, see what sort of energy is surrounding this change. Have a couple of cards, please, Spirit. What sort of energies are surrounding this Wheel of Fortune change? Cycle change. Ah, right. So I've got woman holding a coin. I've also got a black cat in this, which I tend to look at as shadow energy. In other words, energy that you're not necessarily focused on. You know, what's going on in the background kind of energy. I've got a lot of purple in this card as well, so intuition. So the sort of energy I'm getting off this is abundance, intuition, using your skills that you've been learning to bring about a more abundant change, you know, of what you want. I've also got, she's holding this coin here. You know, it's quite a big coin, so... Oh, what I'm also getting is this coin kind of looks like this wheel here, doesn't it? Yeah, if I can give you a better look. Yeah, so these sort of look similar. This one's got a bit of a hole in it, a square hole. With the square, I'm getting Saturn. Structure is what I'm getting with that one. Having a look at your structures, what sort of structures are in your life? That's sort of what I just said with the other card, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm getting opportunities for making more abundance as well with this card here, the energy coming in. I've also got luxury. I've also got tipping point. Balance tipping point. What's that mean? I've got between white and black. I'm also getting checkerboard. Structure again. Yeah, Masonic check. Wow, I'm getting a few things here. Breakdown of the old structures. More feminine energy. Holding that coin is what I'm getting with that. Now, I'm not talking male or female as in the sexes. I'm talking of a more nurturing, feminine energy coming through. We've been in the patriarchy, and I'm not sexist here. You know, I believe both sexes have, you know, a balanced part to play. That's the sort of point I'm getting here. The feeling on this card is we've been in a very masculine dominated energy for a long time. Not male, masculine. This is a more nurturing feminine energy coming through here, or nurturing the feminine energy, the more feminine side. That's not to say to go, you know, over to all feminine, you know. Obviously, I've got the black and white for balance and intuition. So, yeah. So, flipping over from the more masculine, dominant energy into a more balanced, feminine, you know, balancing them polarities sort of thing. Yin and yang, I'm getting. Right, okay. Right, this is 5th chakra. This is your throat chakra. It's interesting because I picked blue. I've got a lot of blue. I don't know whether it's just me, but at the moment I've got a lot of blue. A couple of my readings as well have been indicating that the colour blue is very, as you can see, I know they're a bit scabby, my nails at the moment, but blue. So I've got a lot of blue energy going on. Blue communication, throat chakra, speaking your truth. Also, I've got a lot of, with the blue and this angel, a lot of Archangel Michael energy. Now, whether you believe in the angels or not is irrelevant. It's simply an energy. So, Archangel Michael is the angel of protection, of cutting away things that no longer serve you, of communicating in a better way. I've also got a message. Communication. Right, okay, that's all I'm getting off that for now. Got any more on these cards? Right, I'm getting moved to... Right. Ooh, okay, one dropped out. I'll use that one. What is it? Door to value. Right. I've also got the colour red. I've got the colour red in this as well. Now, red is, well, it's a few different things. It means spiritual, but it can also mean passion, creativity, root chakra. I've got door to value, and this yet again has got money. I've also got, I don't know whether you can see that little doorknob there that looks a lot like this coin. Yeah. Don't know if you can see that. So there is a chance here to make money if that's what you were, hoping to do. Or abundance. This is also, though, self-worth. Yeah. So what do you value in yourself? What's valuable to you? What would you like to see when you step through that door of change, this wheel, what is it you're hoping to see on the other side? What do you hold dear to you? I'm going back to decluttering again as well. That's what I'm getting. Out with the old, in with the new. Right, what other messages? What messages from these Egyptian cards, Spirit? Prosperity. Right, so this is looking like a very fruitful reading, this one, isn't it? Yeah, so door to value, prosperity. Yeah, what I'm getting off this is this new energy flux here coming in is bringing about opportunities for abundance, prosperity, things that you haven't done before. Just getting something there. Hang on. I'm getting turning. Hang on. I'm getting turning money crisis into money abundance. I'm also getting, what have you tried before that didn't work out, that you're passionate about? If you can sit down and have a little think about something from your past that you were passionate or you found some sort of joy in that didn't work out the first time. Or maybe you've tried it more than once. I'm getting the energy wasn't right at the time. Try it again. Right, that's all I'm getting. Anymore. My hands aren't working now. So every time I come to shuffle, they stop working for some reason. Right. In fact, do you know what? Before we do, I'm just going to put a bit of this healing oil on. Smart BAJERSKI's healing oil, if anyone's interested. I'll leave a link down below. Just going to rub a bit of that on. It's really good stuff, this, actually. Yeah, my hands feel a little bit achy today. I've been doing a lot of cleaning. I've been cleaning my house out. Yeah. Right, so back into it. Right, so what have we got on this one? Darkness. Woman holding the coin. Yeah, I said before, didn't I, about the black and white darkness. With this card, I'm getting knowledge in darkness. Yeah, again, I'm going back to that one in a same sort of energy way. What was it before that you were trying to work out or study or bring into the physical? It didn't quite work out last time. That's what I keep getting here. You felt undervalued with something, maybe. I'm getting something wasn't quite germinated, is the word I'm getting there. Oh, seed in darkness, germination. Right. Yeah, because underneath this card, so that seed has been germinating in the darkness. It's now ready to come up again. Some value found in that. Right, I'm getting move cards again. Okay, what are we using now? Which cards? Okay. Spirit and Shadow. Right, so what other messages do we have about this transformation, this new cycle, this value? Defiance. Right, with this one, I'm getting going against the norm, going against the grain, going against what you've been told. If it doesn't feel right, you're not acting on it. I'm also getting self-mastery. Greed, yeah. So with these two cards, I've got a sort of theme. I said before, didn't I, about structures. Excuse me. Hang on, I'll just get a drink of water. Yes, so I said about structures. Defiance, greed. So this structure breaking down, what I started off with the Wheel of Fortune, cycle complete. There's been a lot of greed in the world, a lot of people, me. Yeah, and I don't just mean governments and, structures like that. I mean the overall energy for the last few years anyway, at least, has been about what is it that I can have? What do I want? You know, in a sort of selfish way. You know, we're all guilty of that at some points in our life. It's not just yeah, I'm getting taking time out for oneself is important, but it's not. Have that again, please. Yeah, time out is important, but being self-centered in a way at the detriment to other people or even yourself is not a healthy way to be, is what I'm getting there. There's been too much greed. Now we're seeing defiance. Standing up to the greed. No more is what I'm hearing. Remembrance, yep. Right. Wow. Yeah. Defiance in the face of greed. Remembering who you are. Remembering why we came here. Remembering what life is all about is what I'm getting. What your life is all about. We didn't come here to be slaves of the greed. Remembrance. Remember why you came. I'm getting that very strongly, very strongly. Right, I'm going to pull a couple of tarot cards and see if we get anything else. A couple of tarot cards. Oof. Oof. Heavy hitters. Exactly what we've just said throughout the spread. Tower and change. Yeah? The old structures are breaking down. We've even got the checkerboard here, yeah? Yeah? I've got those in the ivory towers. Means... No, that's all I've got. Those in their ivory towers. There's a big change. Big change. A couple more. Spirit, any more messages? Right, I've got to pull these ones. Anything else you'd like to tell us about these changes? About this greed? About this daughter value? Oh. You can't see that, can you? We have the sun. Wow. Right. Tower. Breaking of the old structures, big change coming in, and this is the ultimate happiness card. This is prosperity, this is fun, this is joy, this is... I'm also getting sun cycles. Something's about to happen with the sun, is what I'm getting. Get yourself out in the sun as much as possible. That's what else I'm getting on this one. Feel the joy of the sun. And I've got temperance to finish off. Wow. Yeah, testing the waters in this new way forward. I've got a lot of balance. I've also... Right, I've got pyramid. Yeah, I've got a lot of balance, easy. This angel here as well, what I've noticed, the halo. Don't know if you can see that looks like the sun as well. Yet again, though, in his forehead here, I don't know whether you can see that, can you? We have this circle. We have this coin, this doorknob, this circle again. There's something big with circles. We have the sun in the background here as well. Right, people. Something big is happening, right? Don't be afraid of it. Don't, feed the fear. This is beautiful energy. The old structures are collapsing. There's a new energy coming in. That's for all of us, I feel. And now is your chance to shine. Follow your passions, follow your values. Step in that sun. And I'm also getting, bring it on. Peaceful defiance is what I'm getting. Know thyself, remembrance. Right, and I've just got finish off on an angel number. Which, right, if you're seeing this number at all, and I'm getting that a lot of people, if they look out for this number, are going to be getting this strongly. Yeah? (1717). Spiritual growth. Embrace your spiritual growth journey. It's leading you to a higher state of being. Wow. And do you know what? As well, I have just been drawn to finish off, if I can find this book. Where is it? Yes, we are. I've got 171. Mark BAJERSKI. I know. Hold that thought, Mark BAJERSKI. He doesn't pay me to promote him, by the way. I just find his tools are really helpful. Right, 171. What message today? I'm going to leave you on this. I've also got 171. So, when you believe in someone, share your belief with them today. You will bring an energy into their life that may just help them become the greatest soul they could ever dream to be. Right, everyone, I'm going to leave you on that one. Thank you so much for viewing me today. If you got anything out of that, like, share and subscribe if you haven't already. Have a beautiful day, whatever you're doing, and enjoy this beautiful energy. If you're lucky enough for it to be sunny, as I am right here in the UK today, then get out there and enjoy it. And I shall see you on the next one. Bye.